Hello, this is John from caveofprogramming.com. In the last tutorial, we started looking at spell, spring expression, language, and we also saw the safe navigation operator, ? That lets you safely access properties or methods of values that could be null. And in this tutorial, we're going to look at the same thing again, but we're going to look at how to do it using annotations. So I've got two classes here, random text and robot, and once again I want to get a value from random text and wire it into robot. Let's first go to beans.xml here, and I'll go to the context tab, which I've switched on in my namespaces tab here, and I'm just gonna right click here and insert component scan, and I'll set the base package to com.cave, to whatever I put my beans in, which is com.caveofprogramming.spring.test. In fact, yeah, I think that's correct. So I'll save that. And on my random text, I'm going to define that as a component. And let's add the import there. And I'm also going to define my robot as a component. In fact, I've already done that. Okay, so let's check that that runs. So I'll select my app here, and there we go, and run it. And there we go, so it's got the default values wired in for my robot bean at the moment. And now, if I look at a robot bean, so I want to wire in values for set ID and speech. So I want to auto-wire these. I'll use the auto-wired annotation, or I could use inject or resource. Let's just add the import for that. And for set speech as well, for the speech property. And now, as we've seen before, I could use the value annotation here. So let's type in value to set values here. So let's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the ID. And in this particular project, I've got ID set to a string. It doesn't matter whether it's a string or int, it will work either way. And let's add a value also for speech here. Let's put in hi there, sort of thing a robot might say, and let's just run this. So run the project again, and now we see that we've wired in hard-coded values using this value annotation, and we've seen all this before. But what we can also do is, between these double speech marks, we can put spring expression language. So if I put a hash sign there, or I guess pound sign if you're from America, and put in like the curly parentheses here, and I'll just copy that because it's hellishly difficult to type this stuff on my Hungarian Macintosh keyboard. And here, let's put in. Well, I guess we can just do what we did before, which is here I can access my robot bean, which I haven't explicitly given it an ID, but it's going to be called random text by default. It'll have the ID random text. So let's say random text dot and access the text property, or you could say get text if you prefer. It doesn't matter. And I could do something similar here. Again, let's just wire in an ID based on the length of the text. So I could use the safe navigation operator dot ? Just in case get text is null, because in that case dot ? Will prevent us from accessing this length method on a null value, and this field will be set to null. It will be set to null. So let's try running that and see if it works. And we've got an error. I'm not quite sure why. So let's just check. So it says injection of auto-wire dependencies failed, and the reason is that set ID, we have got unexpected data after dot. Oh yeah, I put question mark. I put dot ? Instead of question mark dot. So the safe navigation operator is question mark dot, not dot ? Let's run this again, and hopefully it will finally work. And there we go. So you can use, as you see, spell just as easily with annotations as you can with XML, and the key to it is using these value annotations, and you can just put your spell right between the double quotes there, just as you can put it in XML. So that's it for this tutorial, and until next time, happy coding.